So let me take the presentation once again, just to explain you. Okay. So this is the 2/3 length which we have assumed. This is a rectangular portion. So you need to understand these piles are something like this in plan view. I will explain you slowly. These piles are something like this in plan view because in front it is 3 piles, right? So whatever the piles are there, the piles are something like this. But initially it is given, it is 10 feet by, what is the group of the piles? It is 10 feet by 10 feet. Am I right or not? You see in the problem, what is given? It is the group of piles are going to be arranged in such a way that it is going to be 10 feet by 10 feet. But 10 feet by 10 feet, 10 feet by 10 feet up to what extent? 10 feet by 10 feet up to the extent of whatever the solid portion is there, that the consideration of solid portion is there. Actually, strictly speaking, up to this extent, up to the termination point, it will be something like this. The plan is like this. However, further, we are assuming that the stress distribution is going to be starting from here. Okay. So from wherever the stress distribution is started until the bedrock depth, this is the bedrock depth, right? And this is your, this is rectangular, this is your solid. You are assuming that this is the solid rectangular. From here onwards, you are assuming the total thickness of the soil. The total thickness of the soil is H is equals to, what is this?
15.
30 feet. Okay. Now this soil layer only I am going to be divided into 2 layers to consider mid depth to further calculation. So this is 15 and rest is 15. Okay. Now what I am saying is, now my intention is I would like to calculate this portion, this length. I would like to calculate this length, which is, you could say, EF, which is, you could say, as per the description of the problem, this is a EF. Why I need to calculate this portion is very simple. Why I need to calculate this portion is very much simple. Why? You can see in the solution part, what is given here, the increase in effective stress is going to be taken load by area. See, increase in effective stress, which is equals to delta P. Your increase in effective stress is going to be taken load with respect to area. Load with respect to the unit area. Load, whatever the load with respect to the unit area is nothing but, unit area means unit area of this footing or whatever the dimension which you are talking about. Unit load, which is the load with respect to this area, this dimension, is nothing but your increase in effective stress. Delta P is equals to load by area, which is nothing but in terms of stress, effective stress. This is called increase in effective stress. Delta P is equals to load divided by area. Okay, fine. Now the point is very clear here. If you wish to calculate the, okay, this increase in effective stress up to this portion, from here to here, it is very simple. Load by area. What is the load? The load is acting on 160 kilonewtons on the overall piles. What is the total load? Total load is acting 160 by area. If you would like to calculate the increase in effective stress from here to here, this point to this point, increase in effective stress. What is the increase in effective stress from this point to this point? This load 160 divided by the area is very clear, 10 multiplied by 10. Because you know this dimension is 10. So all the 4 sides you will assume that 10 by 10. You are simply coming down. You see, if at this depth, middle depth, if you would like to calculate the same increase in effective stress load by area, you don't know this dimension. You know this dimension EF? I'm asking you guys.
No.
Do you know this dimension EF? Furthermore, if you can keep on going furthermore until this mid-layer depth, do you know this dimension to place over here? What is the sides?
No.
You don't know. So to calculate EF, to calculate this EF, what is the procedure is? It is very simple. See, this is the stress distribution. This side, this is the stress distribution. Right hand side, this is the stress distribution. So the assumption is made in such a way that whatever the stress is there, this is called actually slope. The slope is going to be taken like this. What is the slope? The slope is given, considered 2 vertical to 1 horizontal. Am I right or not? Yes or no? This is the assumption. Yes or no for this slope?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, 2 vertical / 1 horizontal. So this is the slope. So if you know this 2 vertical is 1 horizontal, so basically what here 2 vertical 2 horizontal is, it is very simple to understand. So in this particular triangle, we are assuming that the slope is 2 vertical is to 1 horizontal. So, but basically 2 vertical is equals to 2 vertical. So this is basically 2 vertical by horizontal. Okay. So is equals to 1. This is the slope. So 2 vertical is equals to horizontal here. Okay. Which I am going to be assuming as x. Which I am going to be assuming as 2 vertical is equals to horizontal is equals to x. However, I know that 2 vertical here is equals to, but this 2 vertical, I mean, what is the vertical slope here from here to here? What is the vertical slope from here to here?
15.
This is the mid layer, right?
15.
Exactly. That's point. That is the point. 2 vertical is equals to 15. So here 2 vertical is equals to 15. So vertical 1 vertical is equals to 15 by 2. 1 vertical is equals to
7.5.
15 by 2. So that is your x. Okay, that is your x. Just keep this calculation as aside. Now I am going back to the actual original calculation. My apologies because I don't have the PPT slide here. So you see the length EF is equals to, what is the horizontal length here? Okay, let me explain you like this. This is vertical. Okay, this is vertical. What is horizontal here? This horizontal. What is the horizontal
10.
here? So how can you calculate this EF? EF you can calculate in such a way that, see, EF you can calculate it in such a way that this is 10. 10 is the basic dimension, this 10. The rest of the portion, this portion here to here, here to here, and here to here. Okay, let me explain you over there. Here on. Okay. So here in this diagram, so what are the piles are there? These are 3 piles are there, and the pile length is going to be extended something like this. So here the stress distribution is there, and here the mid layer depth is there. Now you are trying to figure out the EF here. You are trying to figure out the EF here, but I don't know what is EF. But this is something like this, right? If you can take straight away like this, right? So this, you know, this is 10. This, you know, this is 10. If you wish to calculate EF, EF is equals to, because you know 10 by 10. So this is 10. This is 10. So 10 plus, you don't know this portion and you don't know this portion. Am I right or not? Yes or no?
Yes.
So this portion is nothing but, this is 1, this is 2. So 2 times, what is that portion? Is nothing but 15 divided by 2. What is 15 divided by 2? Say 15 divided by 2.
7.5.
You understood or not? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So that's what I am trying to explain you here. Yeah, fine. So once I know this dimension EF, what is EF dimension here? Length EF is equals to 10 plus 2 times of 15 divided by 2, which is equals to 25 feet. Meaning is that this is 25 feet. Once I know this dimension, yes, what is the stress at mid-layer depth? Same. Load by area. Load is 160 divided by area is, if you can consider the both the sides, 25 by 25. What is this 25 by 25? This one. This 25 by 25. You need to make an assumption in such a way that you need to make an assumption. You need to visualize. Up to here, the story is something different. But after that, if you keep on going in deep, all the sides are like this only. This side is 25, another side is 25, another side is 25, another side is 25. I hope you got the point. So that is the reason stress at mid-layer depth is 160, load by area 160 divided by 25 multiplied by 25, which is 512 PSF. But you can always calculate it into kilonewton per meter square. Can somebody please quickly calculate what is 25 feet into 25 feet convert into meters? So 0.3, which is 5.1.
7.5.
How much it is? 7.
7.5.
Yeah, 7.5. Now what you need to do, 160 divided by 7.5 divided by 7.5 multiplied by 7.5 is how much it is? I think it must be something 51.2 tons per square feet. No? What is this? I need the answers a bit quick. I need your answer a bit quick. 160 divided by 7.5 multiplied by 7.5. What would be the answer? Hello?
2.84.
Pardon?
2.84.
50?
2.84.
52.84.
2.84.
2.
Okay, 2.84 tons per square feet, right?
2.84.
So
Ah,
we
okay.
changed it to
Anyways,
meters.
whatever you are getting, that is tons per TSF. Tons, TSM. What is that? Tons per square meter, actually. Strictly speaking, that is tons per
Yes.
square meter. So once you have all the values, once you have CC, E0, CC is given, E0 is given, and this is, you can take it as 9 meter,
9.
and everything you can take it in tons or kilonewtons. You will get this final value. I want to have, you want to have the final value in mm, not inches. You should have it in mm. You can do it as a self exercise. You can do it as a self exercise. It should get in mm. You know that you know better how to make the conversions, right? By now, I think I have given almost all the conversions. I have given feet to meter and kilonewton per meter square, meter cube to PCF, which we have assumed 19 kilonewton per meter cube as far as soil density is concerned. Okay. So any questions so far? Whatever the discussion we have made, don't hesitate to ask me the questions. If you have any questions, please let me know.
No, sir.
No questions. I am going to wind up this session. Shall I wind up this session?
So what's our H?
H is this one. As I said,
So,
from here to here, 2/3 of length from the ground level, which is equivalent to the pile length, 2/3 of the length from the ground level, which is equivalent to pile length. So 2/3 multiplied by L is equivalent to we are considering this is 20 feet, which we can figure it out. If you can figure it out, this is 20 feet. So this particular portion we could consider as solid footing. From here onwards, whatever the soil, rest of the soil until the bedrock is there, this we are going to consider as soil layer. So whatever the soil layer is, this is the total thickness of the soil layer. So H is equals to 30 feet. Is that clear?
Yes, sir. So in the solution, it was 0.3.
Yeah, that is wrong. Anyways, the solution, entire solution, you need to do it by your own, because anyways, you are not going to do anything with feeds, right? Okay. Otherwise, what I'll do one thing. I can make, otherwise you can just straight away, everything you can just change it, and you can find it. The settlement supposed to be in mm. That's it. So final settlement, your final settlement supposed to be in mm. Sir, for the GT assignment, will we do, what is this? Will we do presentations or just submit the PPT? I didn't get you. Titilia, can you
Sir,
please
The
ask me the question?
presentation.
Huh? Okay, sir.
I believe she's asking.
Will we do presentation or submit the PPT? No presentation. No presentation. Just submit the PPT.
So that too just one member of the group.
One member of the group. But the thing is, in the first slide, you need to mention all the
Name all the
names and-
members.
yeah. And maybe I am going to make an announcement in the Moodle page for your test 2 is concerned. What would be the breakdown?